MMA scraps is why most shows tap out then cry. We the ones like 'em now at the end of the bout with our hands to the.
And, you know, I know someone who's definitely going to have an opinion on this, my special guest host for the rest of the show, King Mo Lawal. How you doing, King Mo?
Doing great. Listening in, and you know what? Okay, here's the thing, right? You could be a John Fitch is a wrestler, that's all he does, but that's not all he does. That's not really all he does. John Fitch is a control. He controls the pace. He does a lot of things. As far as him being a wrestler, if you ask John Fitch how good of a wrestler he was in college, which was years ago, he'd tell you he was like about a 500 wrestler, and he was a grinder. He wasn't dynamic. And when you watch the way he fights, that's how he wrestled. He's in your face. He tries to push the pace. He tries to control you, and that's how he was as a wrestler. John Fitch, all his fights, he's pretty much like the 170-pound Randy Couture in a way, except with more. He's a little more dynamic. He can kick, and he doesn't really keep against the cage or do much of a big clinch. Pretty much, he makes more transitions than Randy.
And I agree. It's just one of those things where fans are going to have to be. Well, I don't know. Fans have to be more educated, or a lot of. I don't know. Anyway, Well, I want to thank you for calling in. We'll get back to you later on. We'll see you in chat. All right.
All right.
All right. Thanks. Mo, here's the thing, man. I got on the internet after the pay-per-view, and I was wondering, I was surprised by some of the, I don't want to call outcry, but just kind of weird replies and stuff I've seen from people. I mean, if for you, you're a wrestler, but you're not afraid to strike. But if the guy you're fighting has, I don't want to say no ground, but like you just know you can dominate him on the ground, are you going to hesitate to do that because people are going to say that you cheesed out on it?
Well, here's the thing. As far as GSP's fight, let me tell you something. All GSP's fight, GSP is just doing the same thing Randy Couture and Matt Hughes did. You know what I'm saying? And it just taking the fight where he's strong at. And so that's the ground. So until people learn how to sprawl, it's gonna happen to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. So I just don't. Maybe he was hurt. Who knows? He could have been hurt that fight. No one knows. I just know that he wasn't that effective in the ground and pound, maybe due to injury, or maybe he was trying to get a submission and just try to submit him, make him quit. Who knows? I don't know what to think about that fight. I know he won. He controlled Hardy in every position of the fight, and I think people are just mad. I don't know. People are giving him the Anderson Silva treatment now, or the Rashad Evans treatment, because you have one fight where you didn't knock somebody out. Now you're a boring fighter.
Yeah, did you what did you think? Did you think the fight was boring? Did you have a problem with the actual fight itself?
Well, I don't know. I just watched it. I was analyzing things. As far as to me, honestly, GSP fights are all the same. Look what we did to Pitbull. Look what we did to Matt Serra. Look what we did to everybody. BJ Penn.
Everybody, really.
Yeah, it's the same stuff. Except when he fought Matt Hughes, you showed more stand-up.
Right, but he's not dangerous.
But you see, but the thing is that all the fights have been the same, and now people are starting to realize that, and they're starting to, be like, hey, all the fights are the same. But it's been like that from the get-go.
Yeah.
And nothing wrong with that. He still gets W's. That's all that matters.
And that's what it comes down to, man. A lot of people, I think, also forget that not only do you have to get W's to stay in an organization like the UFC, which is, kind of important, but half your money comes from winning. So to be safe, I don't want to say boring, because I don't think as a ground match it was that boring, to be honest. I mean, from a grappling perspective.
The thing is, here's the thing. As a grappling perspective, it was okay, but there were positions where he could have he just wasn't out. Here's the thing. It's not what he wasn't doing, but it's what Dan Hardy did. Dan Hardy, here's why I did not take the whole fight. Dan Hardy knew he was going to get taken down, so he put himself in positions where he wouldn't take no damage and was looking for the referee stand up. The referee to stand him back up. That's all he was doing. That's what Dan Hardy did a great job of putting himself in position not to take no damage. And he knew he was going to get taken down, because that's why he didn't see much effort in the trying to sprawl or much effort in the pushing the head down or trying to fit any of the shots. He knew he was going to get taken down, so all he did was try to tie GSP up and try to look for a stand up, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Well, is it more to blame GSP or to give credit to Hardy for surviving all that?
give credit to Hardy, I think. Hardy did his homework. Because, you know, he wasn't even bleeding. Hardy did his homework. He had a little scrape, I think. Hardy did his homework, man. That's the thing. If Hardy had a good sprawl, which I'm going to put like this. People say good wrestler a little bit too much in MMA. Because most of the wrestling in MMA is utter garbage, to be honest with you.
Okay.
It's utter garbage, you know what I'm saying? GSP trains a bunch of good wrestlers in Canada. And between me and you, Canadian wrestling, if you could compare the Canadian freestyle team to the American freestyle team, it's a whole different level, except for Cleo. They got a few good wrestlers in Canada, and Cleo is one of them. And Cleo is the black guy that you always see with GSP. Cleo is a real deal. You know what I'm saying? He'll actually win tournaments and put up points. So you could thank him and Daniel Gali and the other Russian guy with the good arm spin. I forgot his name. It's 60 kilos. He's not wrestling anymore, but they all work for GSP. You know, and some of these guys don't know how to sprawl because they don't do a good job of sprawling, and GSP knows that.